Hi, everybody. Jack O'Malley coming to you from the office of the 101st. I can look across on the gray skies, the Capitol Dome. It's snowing out now in Lansing. Maybe they'll have a white Christmas. My fingers are crossed for them. So I want to update you on a couple of things. Today was our final session day. We did pass out a few more bills and things. But the supplemental that had been agreed upon by both the House Appropriations, Senate Appropriations, and the governor. This is a supplemental that was nowhere near as far-reaching as the governor wanted. It was the legislature's belief that, hey, I'll tell you what, we were kind of waiting on what the feds might do, and we're getting word that that should be voted on here today. And so let's just keep kicking this ball down the road a little bit here by way of financing, because we don't know what lies ahead. So to give the governor $1 billion, if you will, at her discretion, no, that's not how it works. So I'm going to go through the supplemental a little bit, and also I'm seeing as I recording this, the feds have not signed off on their supplemental, but it's expected that they will, and this is what they're saying is going to be in it. So things may change a little bit from when I record this to what ends up getting spit out of Washington, but I think we'll be close. I'll go with what the facts I have as of about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, from the Michigan supplemental, there will be $22.5 million for COVID testing for nursing homes, adult foster care, and community sites. There's also $15 million for supplies for PPE testing and other supplies to administer the vaccine as it moves across the state. Healthcare systems are going to get another $42 million. This is an additional support to help with temporary staffing. Also, it would give a $2 hourly wage increase to direct care workers for the first 2 months of 2021. Remember, this can get extended down the road, but we said, let's see what the federal government is going to provide, and so on and so forth. So that's happening. There is also $51 million appropriated to support vaccination efforts across the state, primarily be used to support healthcare systems and local vaccination programs. Also in the supplemental, business support. It's all a total of about $103 million, but there's $3.5 million that would go into survival grants. Now, this is a grant program for live entertainment venues that have been closed during the pandemic. They could receive grants to help reopen their businesses. Small Business Survival Grant is $55 million. Now, this isn't the silver bullet. This isn't going to save. I still say the best way to save small business is to let them reopen and make a living, but we're not there at this moment. So these survival grants, $55 million, and these are for businesses that are 100 employees or less. They could apply and be eligible for, I believe it's up to $20,000 that they could be using for property, payroll, operating, and reopening expenses. Also, the Unemployment Trust Fund is going to get another $220 million to help cover unemployment situations there. Let's see here. And one of the things I should mention too is those monies that would be going to unemployed workers who were part of restaurants and those shuttered businesses. That would not be, because those are straightforward payments. They would not be going through the UIA. They'll be going through the Restaurant and Lodging Association. They'll be taking the applications, and then Treasury will be paying it out. So you won't have to, it's not truly unemployment. It's a payment to help. And then this is what I hear from the feds. It's a $900 billion package with $120 billion going to the unemployment, which would give workers an additional $300 a week. If you remember, in the spring, it was $600. Now, there's a lot of criticism about that, and I get it, because when industries are looking for workers and a person can stay home and make more money, it's a catch-22 most definitely, but it's there. Also, there would be a direct payment. Many called it a personal stimulus back in March. Remember, it was $1,200, while the federal package has it at $600 to an individual to a certain level and that sort of thing. And for small businesses, they've got $284 billion in the payroll protection plan. If you remember from the spring, that system helped a lot of businesses able to pay employees that were laid off, or work share programs and that sort of thing. So that was the big news out of the House today as we were wrapping up our session. There is so much to do, and COVID is not going away, but it keeps us moving. I also want to talk about something I spoke on Friday, and that is that I'm sending a letter, and I'll post it tomorrow, a letter to the governor asking her to reconsider her efforts to rescind the easement for Line 5. Now, I know there's a lot of environmentalists out there who just think that's terrible, but the line has operated fine for 65 years. In another 3, we could have a tunnel built. If you're against oil, that's one thing, but hopefully you're not against heating residents of the Upper Peninsula, because it is known, and we've seen it when that line got shut down a few years ago because of maintenance issues, that the cost of propane went crazy. And the governor, I know this is, it's all political. It's a political effort. Why do that? Why would you even take the chance of heading into Christmas, and if you shut that pipeline down in May, there's still a lot of cold weather in the Upper Peninsula, and by next winter, we still wouldn't have this thing figured out. You're not going to add 200, 250 trucks to the roads every day, even if you could find them. You don't want oil tankers on the Great Lakes. Line 5, leaving it there for another couple of years with eyeballs on it, all the safety precautions, is the commonsensical thing to do. And to create that tunnel just makes all the sense in the world. And I am not one that wants to soil the Great Lakes, but I also don't want the Upper Peninsula to freeze. So you'll see the letter tomorrow. We'll post it. I wanted to make sure it got to the governor before I put it public. So just be advised and take a look at it. But it's crazy. As I repeat, the gentleman from Mackinac County that I spoke to, does she really hate us that much? Do you want us to freeze? Madam Governor, please, 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 please reconsider trying to fight that easement. So anyway, hey, I wanted to touch base with you. This is going to be my last update for the year, unless something happens. Breaking news. This will be my last update. This has been, on all of us, a very rough year. And I promised my wife that I would take some time. I told my staff, I said, for about 10 days, we don't know each other. We have been joined at the hip for the last 2 years, and I love the job, and I hope I've been doing a good job for you. I've been trying. And as I've said before in these videos, I'm just going to tell you how I see it. You can agree with me or disagree with me. But I'm just putting it out there, trying to be as transparent as I possibly can. And that's one of the things I always hear about politics. Yeah, transparency sucks. Well, I've tried to do away with that. And I'll continue. I will continue doing these updates after the first of the year. Maybe down the road, maybe once a week, depending as we go. Once we get through this COVID crisis, because there's still more to go, I know. But I want to keep you informed as to what's happening in Lansing, because hopefully I'm chair of transportation again next term. We still got to fix the roads, and I want to talk to you about that. Childcare got waylaid because of lame duck and COVID and all that stuff. I'm going to be back on the childcare issues. Our school bus bills got stuck. A lot of frustrations, and I'm not the only representative that way. So a lot to talk to you about next term, and I will be here. I promise you that. I know a lot of folks have commented over the last year how you've enjoyed these, and I will try to continue to do it. God gave me, I believe, others might disagree, God gave me the gift of gab, and I made a career out of trying to talk to people and explain to people, to inform and educate and entertain, and I hope I've done all of that here, and I will continue to do that, and I am honored to be a second term representative come January. So Merry Christmas, everybody. This year has sucked, and I understand that. But if we can, to the best of our ability, there's been rough times in the past, and this nation has made it through, and our ancestors, our grandparents, our parents made it through depressions and war and all that stuff. So I know we can too. Might not be easy, but I know we can do it. So to the best that you can, enjoy this holiday season and spend time with your family. And we'll talk to you again on the other side in January. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year from the Fighting 101. Take care.